streams loaded with adventure, scenic views that will take your breath away, biking trails and back roads just begging to be discovered. Sit back and relax as Ray Tucker and longtime journalist Brian Hendricks explore our magnificent state with this week's edition of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Brought to you by Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
There is a special event coming up this weekend at the Ron Robertson Theater. Ron Blom is with the Arkansas Fly Fishers, and he is with us. You guys were on our show, I guess, a couple of weeks ago, and we wanted to follow up and say, any tickets left, Ron?
There's a few, but they're going fast, so if you want a ticket, you better log on and buy one. As you were saying, it is a very big weekend for fly fishing and for the Arkansas Fly Fishers. It is Saturday at 6 o'clock, the Fly Fishing Film Tour. There's 10 films. They're all just fantastic, 8K, beautiful productions. All of them have high-end sponsors like Sims and Squala and the various people. So they put a lot of money behind these film producers to go out and tell these wonderful stories. But as in addition to the film tour, we've got the community mixer at 4 o'clock. I'll mention real quick how to get tickets, then we'll talk about it a little bit. It's go to our website, one word, ArkansasFlyFishers.com, and you go under the AFF store, and you can find the link to buy the tickets for $15. And there's also raffle tickets for sale there and at the door. And then there's a free door prize giveaway if you attend the mixer.
And the first thing starts at what, 4:30? Is that what you said?
Yeah, well, the mixer starts at 4, but, it really starts to get crowded about 4:30 in all of that. We got too much allergy stuff in the air.
Well, I got the same thing you got. My nose is running right now.
Yeah, we got some fantastic films. We'll take you from Iceland, Argentina, to Pacific Northwest for steelhead, Mako sharks off San Diego, to Jackson Hole. But what we are especially proud of is this year we've got a feature film on the Mayfly Project, which was born right here in Arkansas, Saline County, just Westbrook founded that. And that's an organization that reaches out to foster kids who are about to age out, and they are all assigned a mentor, and they're taken out and shown how to fly fish and just to enjoy the outdoors. Not everybody buys into it at first, but as this thing goes on, it's just incredible to see how these kids get into that, and they all get a fly rod and outfit to go on. The other organization we're also featuring is Casting for Recovery, which is an organization that reaches out to women who've had a diagnosis of breast cancer. And we have a very active chapter here in Arkansas. And each year they put on a retreat for 3 days up on the White River in North Arkansas. And they'll entertain between a dozen and 14 women, most from Arkansas. Some also come from neighboring states that don't have a chapter. And I've been a volunteer on this for several years. It's an amazing story. We had one lady come over after her chemotherapy session. She drove in from Kansas last year, and she just didn't want to miss it. And all of these ladies, in addition to learning how to fly fish and just getting a weekend away from their routine and their ordeal, they also get to bond with each other and share notes and comparison. And those that are survivors and recoverers of breast cancer get to hear some and share their stories with the others. So we're really pleased that this year we're going to highlight those. But if you're into fly fishing at all or just love dramatic outdoor movies and videos, the Arkansas Fly Fishing Film Tour is going to be this Saturday at Cal's Ron Robinson Theater downtown in the Clinton District. It's someplace you want to be.
You really want to get in there early for that mixer, though, because you get to meet a lot of people of like minds who are all fly fishing enthusiasts first and foremost, and you get to see all of those items that you've got up on for the raffles, get involved in the raffles and see what all you can win. Talk a little bit about that, if you would.
Yeah, well, the raffle, we have a raffle item, and it supports our nonprofit. And the money from that helps us support the organizations like Mayfly and Casting for Recovery. We've got 10 donated guide trips with Arkansas fishing guides for on the Little Red River, the White River, and some others, and some, I think, even the Saline River. You can get into the drawing for that. We've got Orvis rods. We've got high-end gear from Yeti. We have storm cases donated, just a fantastic, just incredible case for your fly fishing gear that you could run over with a tank and probably would still survive. There's a lot of other fly fishing material there. And one of our sponsors on this is Fish On Custom Rods, and they're donating some gears where, well, that will be given out in the door prizes, which you don't have to purchase a ticket for. And then the raffle, there are tickets. They're $20 each or $6 for $100, I believe, on that. And then we have a special giveaway this year, no cost for the ticket. Any child 15 or under can enter in for a drawing for a youth fly fishing rod and reel and outfit. So we're excited about that. That's the first time we've added that.
Ron, would you like to give a shout out to some of the sponsors that are making this all happen?
Well, I mean, Fish On Custom Rods helps us rent the theater at Cal's. So pretty much everything we can make out of that goes to help support the nonprofit mission of our club. Squala is a big sponsor, Sims, just about any of the big names in fly fishing are involved in that. So it's a really great opportunity for people to come out and learn about fly fishing. And the thing about the mixer I wanted to add is that we will have fly fishing guides there. We'll have people from Casting for Recovery. We'll have people from the Mayfly Project. And we'll also have a couple of vendors who are showing some of the latest in gear and equipment. And I think we even have a couple of artists there who are showing off their outdoor trout fishing-oriented artwork. So it's going to be a fun time.
And I want to say this when we talk about videos. Folks, these are videos like you would see that would be produced by National Geographic. Top notch, and you won't say anything any better. I know that.
Yeah, they really are terrific. And, I heard a little backstory on this. The reason they started doing the fly fishing film tours about 20-plus years ago, these young filmmakers and fly fishermen were looking at the videos being done on snowboarding, and they said, why don't we do that about fishing? Of course, it's a little harder to do it for fishing sometimes. But anyway, that was the genesis for some of these people to start going out and making these movies. These are not cheap productions. They use helicopters, they got drones, they go all over the world. But because of the industry sponsors like Sims and Squala and Yeti and Costa Sunglasses, they were able to have some backing and money behind them. And, of course, some of the products are showed off. But who cares if you've got guys fishing in Iceland trying to do a grand slam to get an Atlantic salmon, a sea-run brown trout, and a Arctic char. I mean, it's just incredible fishing stories.
Where does one go to find these few remaining tickets?
Yeah, once again, go to ArkansasFlyFishers.com. It's just one word spelled out, and then go under AFF store, and you'll be able to buy some tickets. There's only a couple dozen left. We're going to fill that 300-seat theater, probably full up. So if you're interested, get online tonight and get you a ticket.
All right, we got about a minute left here. You were to Salbug Mountain Home this weekend?
Yeah, Salbug is always big. That's the North Arkansas Fly Fishers. Hundreds of people show up for that. But the big thing this year is we unveiled a memorial tribute to Dave Whitlock, a mural painted on the side of the Wishes and Fishes Fly Shop in Bull Shoals. It's a magnificent mural. There were some people who love Dave and fish with Dave who came from all over the country for that. Emily Whitlock was there, and that was just really cool to see that. A great tribute to Dave Whitlock. So next time you're up there, make sure you drive through Bull Shoals and look for that on the side of the Wishes and Fishes building.
Ron Blum, I know you're wearing a lot of hats this week with all this going on. Appreciate you taking time to call in and join us, and we will look forward to seeing you Saturday afternoon around 4:30.
Yeah, Ray and Brian, thanks as always for helping promote the sport of fly fishing.
Well, we can't wait to be there.
We look forward to this. I promise you that.
All right, thank you, Ron Blum, for joining us here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. We're going to take a little break, go make us a little money here, get us a little cup of coffee, and come back. Stay with us on the other side.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
There's nothing better than calling the Hogs with your fellow Razorback fans. Now's the time to start making lasting family memories with the Hogs by joining the Razorback Foundation. Annual memberships start as low as $50 per year. The financial support provided by Razorback Foundation members makes a once-in-a-lifetime experience possible for more than 465 student athletes. Your gifts provide scholarships, academic support, training and nutrition, as well as professional and personal development assistance. Razorback Foundation members earn access to season tickets, priority seating and parking, tailgating, invitations to exclusive coaches and player events, as well as discounts to local restaurants and Hog Heaven stores. Your support will help the Razorbacks continue the path of success and bring home even more SEC and national championships. Text JOIN to 479-349-4313 or visit RazorbackFoundation.com for more information. That's JOIN to 479-349-4313. Can't wait to see you on the hill. Go Hogs!
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
March Mania is back in play at Gwatney Buick GMC. And the clock is ticking on the best deals of the year. 2026 GMC Canyons available at just 3.9%. Get power, performance, and savings on 2026 Sierra 1500 Elevation as low as 0%. Call 501-945-4444. Power forward with Buick. 2026 Encore GX at just $199 a month. Or 2026 Invista at just $219 a month. Call 501-945-4444 and envision yourself in a 2026 Envision at an unheard of 0.9. This month, all the deals are a slam dunk because Gwatney Buick GMC will not be beat during the March Mania sale. 501-945-4444. Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. GMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. Some vehicles require qualifying trade-in. All offers with approved credit. Encore and Invista are low mileage 24-month leases.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors on a beautiful, beautiful late March day here in central Arkansas. If we could put this in a bottle, Ray, and keep it with us through the summer.
I'll tell you what, that pollen sandwich I had today was really good.
Well, just leave it to you to pollen snow on a great day.
Oh, well.
But we have a guest with us in the studio tonight, Levon Winkler, who's with Little Rock Safari Club. Mm-hmm. And Little Rock Safari Club had a big fundraiser out in Benton this last Friday, was it?
Last Friday night, yes.
So tell us about that.
Well, it's our annual event. It's our it's our largest fundraiser, and so we've had it both in Little Rock last couple of years in Benton. We get a group of members, and it's open to the public. We get together, have a wonderful dinner, have a lot of fun. There's an auction, a raffle, silent auction, etc. And it's the whole intent is to raise money for the Arkansas chapter of SCI so that we can have our impact in the areas of advocacy, conservation, education, etc.
So, Dallas Safari Club is the one that everybody knows, and they've got this big presence at the SHOT Show and all that. Tell us about where Arkansas Safari Club fits into that, and what an opportunity that is for people here in the state.
Oh, absolutely. Actually, the Safari Club International started about 54 years ago, and about 10 years after they started, there were a few people that broke away from SCI and formed Dallas Safari Club. Okay. So the two organizations have been kind of coexisting and growing together with really a very similar mission, if you will, and that is to look out for the interest of all hunters, hunting, in our emphasis in the big difference is our emphasis at SCI is we have not only a presence here in the United States, but we work to protect the interests of hunters and conservation in a number of corners of the world as well.
What is the Arkansas? What's Take two. What is the mission of Safari Club International? What's your mission statement?
Well, I tell you, our mission statement really it mirrors that of the international group. Right. We are very conscientious about looking out, representing hunters in Little Rock from an advocacy standpoint. Yet, with that said, a lot of our work has been in the area of conservation and also education, especially recently. In fact, all of last year, our emphasis was really investing in the future of our youth, the future of hunting, and introducing them to the wonders of this incredible state, the natural state, from the standpoint of habitat conservation, wildlife conservation, and so, but also investing in hunter safety, etc. I mean, those young people are the future of what so many of us have grown to love for several decades. And if we don't invest in them and encourage them and introduce it to them, they won't embrace it.
See, this is what kind of throws me off here. It's Safari Club. I'm thinking safari, big game hunts in Africa.
Yeah, Ray, thank you for mentioning that, because that's the biggest challenge we have, and not just our chapter, but throughout SCI. Because people hear that word safari and they think, well, I'm a duck hunter. Right. I'm a deer hunter. I don't have any need to be, I'm not a safari hunter. The reality of it is SCI, that 54 years ago, they did start out as a group of people that were primarily hunting outside the United States. But very quickly, it grew from there to say that we want to be first for all hunters. But you're exactly right. In fact, I can't criticize others, because I've been part of SCI for 13 years now. And obviously, I truly believe in the efficacy of the organization. But before then, I got to the point where, long story, I won't do it. But anyway, I got to the point where I had an opportunity to go to Africa. And I got so excited about it because I've been dreaming about it ever since I was a little bitty guy. Mm-hmm. And I thought, well, now that I'm a member, or now that I'm going to Africa, I want to join SCI. And I was in Kansas City at the time, so I joined the chapter there, went to their first meeting, and walked away from that thinking, well, there's squirrel hunters and duck hunters and rabbit hunters. And I mean, I quickly realized that SCI is really an organization that is for all hunters. It just is that little word safari throws folks off, and I think causes them to not look more deeply into who we are and how they can benefit by being associated with us.
As you heard with our last guest, fishing has a big representation here, and you got Rocky Mountain Elk Foundation for them, and the National Wild Turkey Federation, Ducks Unlimited. How does SCI fit into that matrix of conservation organizations here?
Yes, it's a great question. Those organizations do a tremendous amount of good work, and I'm a member of a whole bunch of them. You can ask my wife. There's a different magazine shows up in our mailbox about every day. So I'm a member of each and every one of those. our organization, SCI, is we are actually looking out for and supporting the interests of all hunters. So we are not specific to a geography. We're not specific to a country or a species. We want to make sure that we protect hunting. If you look at kind of on a national basis, I'm going to throw out some numbers and somebody are going to go where they're not quite right, but I'm going to, is it okay to go there?
Yeah, it is okay to go there. We're getting ready to bump right into a hard break here.
Okay.
Ray was giving me a dirty look, and here we go. We're going to take a little break here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.
You don't want my dirty looks. I got news for you.
We'll come right back to you.
Okay.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
Attention! If you suffer from consistent pain in your joints caused by arthritis, overuse, or injury, you may be a candidate for a revolutionary therapy that could revitalize damaged tissue. This approach can provide long-lasting relief from pain in your knees, shoulders, hips, and other joints with no surgery, no drugs, and no downtime. To find out if you're a viable candidate, you may request a free consultation from QC Kinetics by calling 501-382-9100. Instead of masking the symptoms, it goes to the root of the problem to resolve it at its source. Already used by thousands of satisfied patients nationwide, this joint pain therapy is available right now to the public, but only for qualified candidates. Again, to find out if you're a viable candidate for this therapy, you may request a free consultation by calling QC Kinetics at 501-382-9100. That's 501-382-9100.
Razorback Foundation members, it's time to renew your membership. Annual Fund Pledge renewals are now open and due March 31st. Renew now by visiting RazorbackFoundation.com or text RENEW to 479-349-4313. Be part of the tradition for the new era of Razorback football under Coach Silverfield. Renew your Razorback Foundation membership today. Text RENEW to 479-349-4313. Go Hogs!
This is the Pigskin Preacher bringing you the word. We recently bade farewell to the unforgettable Lou Holtz, whose genius for coaching football was matched only by his wit. He said, "When I was 6 years old, my mother asked me what I wanted to be when I grew up. A garbage man," I told her. She looked surprised and asked, "Why a garbage man?" "Because they only work on Thursdays." Holtz will live on as a legend of college football and a coach who brought both the Razorbacks and the Fighting Irish back to national prominence. Coach Holtz never liked catfish, calling them bottom feeders. Well, what do you expect from an Ohioan? But Coach Holtz loved chicken, and I wish I could have taken him out to Doublebee's for some hot, fresh Chester's chicken with a splash of hot sauce. Perfection. Doublebee's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Doublebee's.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters. right, as usual, it's 7:20 in the evening, thereabouts. We talk with Neil Atkinson, Sarah Casino Resort down in Pine Bluff. Neil, you doing good tonight?
Oh, yeah, just getting ready for the week ahead. I already got the Final Four lines matched up. I know it's not quite the Final Four matchup we wanted to see around here, but we've got Illinois versus UConn. We've got Illinois is the favorite in that one, and then you got Michigan versus Arizona. That line's moved a little bit, where Michigan is now favored by only 1.5 against Arizona, and the Final Four that's going to be in Indianapolis is coming up.
All right, you got Arkansas traveling up to Springfield to play Missouri State tomorrow night.
Yeah, a rare midweek road trip for the Razorbacks, coming off a very, very tough weekend. They should be able to bounce back. Right now, we got an early line where they're on the money line, just win or lose, of minus 160. That means you got to lay $16 to win $10 on that one. But that means they're a favorite. And we'll have a run line, and the total's out tomorrow.
All right, you say you got the lines on the Final Four?
I'm sorry?
You have the lines on the Final Four?
Oh, yeah, the lines on the Final Four, those are the first ones that I gave you, and
Okay.
those will be updating, and we'll get the props and all of that, and go look for the double R props for the baseball games. They'll be up at the morning off.
All right, Neil, appreciate it very much.
All right, good luck, everybody. Take care.
And don't forget to download the app, betsaracen.com.
And we're back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors, and we are visiting with Levon Winkler of Safari Club, and interrupted you in the middle of a very important thought. We were, I think the original question was, how does Safari Club fit into that matrix of hunting conservation organizations? And I'm going to pick you back up where we left off.
Well, and I'll give it a go. I'll see if I can find my way.
Right.
One of the things I do want to emphasize relative to that is, like, we do have all of these different organizations, and we support them just like many of them support us. There's a growing pressure against hunting across the nation, heck, in many corners of the world. If you look at the population in general, nationally, about 15% of the population supports hunting. 15% are very vehemently against hunting, and the other 70% in the middle are kind of indifferent. They say, yeah, it's okay, I'm not going to hunt, but I'm not going to keep somebody else from hunting. The reality of it is, those antis, if you will, continue to gain momentum in coming up again and trying to encourage that middle 70%, especially not just the middle 70%, but if they do that, then it's those that represent them in government at the state and federal level that then can be influenced, and it causes a threat to that which we take for granted and have taken for granted for hundreds of years.
You know what's pretty amazing for people who move to our state and don't do a little exploring and get on the internet and check out parks and tourism and all that good thing. I think what's the Park and Heritage, whatever it's called now. I hadn't picked up on that name yet. Anyway, they don't realize the mecca that we have here.
Oh my gosh, it's incredible. It's absolutely incredible. And I talk to so many folks that they do take it for granted. They say, well, we're a hunting-friendly state. We don't ever have to worry about it. The reality of it is that's what the folks in Colorado said at one time. That's
Exactly.
what the folks in Oregon said at one time. And right now, they're just a few petition signatures away from getting it on the ballot where the population can vote to completely kill all hunting in the state of Oregon. So,
wow.
And we're aware of that because in SCI, that's part of our emphasis. While we have such a hunting-friendly state here, and it's a blessing that I don't take for granted. In early May, I'll be joining a number of other chapter presidents in Washington, D.C., and I'll be walking the halls of Congress and advocating for hunting in Arkansas with our congressmen and senators from Arkansas. It's just important that we continue to reinforce the importance of hunting and the importance of making sure that we're managing hunting with scientific-based data rather than emotion.
And to that, I would say that I think about 3% of the population nationally, including Arkansas, is hunts, right? It's about right.
3%?
Yeah.
Well, there's last year, I think there was about 230,000 registered hunters, and our population is, 3 million?
Yeah, so slightly under 10%.
Slightly under 10%.
Yeah. And so no matter how you look at it, that is a social minority, and you could even consider it an alternative lifestyle.
Mm-hmm.
And so for people that support alternative lifestyles, you really can't pick and choose which ones you support and don't like.
Right.
I would say that people that are disposed toward anti-hunting proclivities look at it that way and support it on that basis.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely, yes.
You come from Massachusetts, or you're actually from Missouri, but you were in Massachusetts for a while, so you've kind of been around and seen a lot of different places, a lot of different things, taken in a lot of different viewpoints and attitudes on a statewide level. Kind of tell us about your background and how you got to where you are from a hunting perspective.
Oh, from a hunting perspective, when I was 10 years old, my father introduced me to hunting and fishing. And, some kids, when you do that, they kind of, maybe they're a little slow to adopt. I just jumped in with all 4 feet. I mean, I absolutely loved it, and we did a lot of it. And I thought at the time that we were doing it because it was something we really enjoyed, which we did, but I didn't realize until later on when I was an adult we were doing it out of necessity. It allowed mom and dad to be able to make ends meet. But anyway, I really enjoyed it, and I've just carried that into my adult life. And I mean, I love duck hunting, I love deer hunting, I love all kinds of hunting. I just love being out in the outdoors and experiencing all these little different corners of God's creation and really soaking it in rather than taking it for granted.
So how does somebody join your organization?
Well, they can join very easily by just going on our website, SCI-AR, and there's a way they can join the international group and then join the chapter, or they can give me a call. And I'd be happy to talk to anybody about what we're doing and help them to kind of sort through if this is really something that they would be a part of. But our membership is not that strong, and it's puzzling to me. I think part of it is the awareness issue, but it is puzzling when you've got 230,000 registered hunters, and we've got less than 100 members. And so obviously we would like to have more. It's a lot more than just advocacy. As I said, we place a lot of emphasis on conservation. We've been working more closely with Arkansas Game and Fish on some of their initiatives. This last year, we worked with them on their Generation Conservation program that they had in Hot Springs. We also worked with the Youth Hunters Education Challenge. And between those two, and we were notable sponsors in both of those, we were able to impact the lives of over 2,000 kids. And that's just so, that really gets me charged up because I remember the difference it has made in my life. I mean, it literally helped to put me on a trajectory that maybe I would have missed out on completely had it not been for a father and a brother that took me under their wing.
So you talked about your first, Ray's looking at the clock here. You talked about your first.
You got plenty of time.
I know I do.
My mother said that I talked a lot. I don't think she's right.
No. This is talk radio,
No, you were talking about, your first. You finally got a chance to go to Africa. What was that like? People tell me that it's a life-changing experience.
Oh my gosh, it is life-changing. I was going to go one time, and so my wife, my wife Laura went with me. We had an incredible experience. We were hunting in northern South Africa, and it was just the most amazing thing I'd ever experienced. And on the way home on the plane, she's taking a nap, and I'm sitting there thinking, how am I going to explain to this woman I've got to go back? And so I've been back several times, and I vowed at that point in time to every time I went back to always take someone with me that had never been before because it's had such an impact on my life. And so that's what I've done. But people say, what's it like in Africa? You know what? Here's the best way I can explain it. I'll do it quick. Let's say that you're tracking one of the antelopes. You're tracking a kudu through the bush in Africa, and you're following the tracks in the dirt or the sand, and you see some movement out of the corner of your eye, and you turn your head and you look, and there's 3 giraffe walking by. That's Africa. That's Africa.
Yeah, and it's changing too. They've got encroachment issues. Of development eating away at their wildlife habitat. I think they're building a road through the Serengeti.
Mm-hmm.
My brother wanted to go there, the two of us, just to see it before it was gone, type of thing. And they're experiencing the same things that we are here.
They are.
And Safari Club International, Safari Club is a good way to get involved, even on the local level and the international level, and have a voice and an impact on those kinds of things around the world.
Absolutely. We would love to have folks come on board with us. You'll get an opportunity to know some really neat people, not just talk hunting and exchange hunting stories, but in some cases get some really good ideas on where to hunt that you didn't know about before. So
when you were in Africa, a giraffe would blow me away walking by. I think elephants are absolutely fantastic. I can't believe we got them locked up in zoos.
Mm-hmm.
I think I'm in a break here.
To the cutting edge rides, we carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
This is Anthony Lucas, here to tell you about my favorite spot in Little Rock, Corky's. Sure, Corky's may look all ribs and barbecue on the outside, but did you know Corky's was also nominated for Central Arkansas's best catfish? And don't get me started on their chicken, shrimp, and nachos.
Those Big Joe burgers, Anthony.
Big Joe, when did you get here?
You really stealing my thunder, Anthony. Corky's is my place.
No way you love Corky's like me, Joe.
Talk to me when you have your own menu item, Lucas.
Corky's ribs and barbecue.
Superstars Joe Klein and Pat Bradley for Arkansas's #1 sports app, Bet Saracen.
Joe, you know the main difference between Bet Saracen and those other guys?
Definitely. Easier to navigate. Always good parlays. Plus lots of fun choices. Like ping pong. Right there on the app.
But the real difference are those special promos.
Get $250 on us with your first $25 wager.
Gambling problem? Call 800-GAMBLER.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
When it comes to your home's electrical system, peace of mind matters. At Staley Electric, we've got you covered with Staley Shield, the membership that gives you protection, savings, and safety year-round. As a member, you'll enjoy exclusive discounts, priority scheduling, no emergency service fees, and an annual electrical safety check, all from the electricians you know and trust. Join the Shield today at StaleyElectric.com. That's StaleyElectric.com, and power your home with peace of mind.
March Mania is back in play at Gwatney Buick GMC. And the clock is ticking on the best deals of the year. 2026 GMC Canyons available at just 3.9%. Get power, performance, and savings on 2026 Sierra 1500 Elevation as low as 0%. Call 501-945-4444. Power forward with Buick. 2026 Encore GX at just $199 a month. Or 2026 Invista at just $219 a month. Call 501-945-4444 and envision yourself in a 2026 Envision at an unheard of 0.9. This month, all the deals are a slam dunk because Gwatney Buick GMC will not be beat during the March Mania sale. 501-945-4444. Gwatney Buick GMC, 5700 Landers Road in North Little Rock. GwatneyBuickGMC.com. GMC, we are professional grade. Some vehicles require qualifying trade-in. All offers with approved credit. Encore and Invista are low mileage 24-month leases.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
We are back with Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. I was going to say final segment, not the final segment. Joining us now, longtime friend and longtime angler, Bill Lawrence, and springtime in Arkansas. Bill, what else do I need to say? Hey, Bill.
It sounds like you need to say a lot more.
Bill Lawrence.
Bill Lawrence going
I got some static on here now.
All right. Well, we're having to deal with that. We'll see if we can get it rectified. So, anyway, I was talking to somebody today from up around Greers Ferry Lake, talking about how low that lake is. You're around Dardanelle up in that area. Are you experiencing the same thing, or is that just probably statewide? All right, let's do this. Damon, if you can you hang up and let's call him back?
So we got the great dead air thing going on here on Talk Radio. Ray, I thought we were gonna speed into the finish line, but it looks like we're gonna limp. So you're talking about low water on Greers Ferry Lake.
Yeah.
As low as it's been in who knows how long.
The gentleman said he's 90 years old and it's the lowest he's seen it in his life.
Yeah, and you think about I don't think we know what to expect as far as rain, this summer, but we are in the middle of an epic drought here, and so you look at the effect that has on the flows on the Little Red River. I don't know that they've had a good pulse of water on the Little Red for a while. To me, as an angler, I like that. I like going down there and being able to wade fish and not worry about getting blown off the river. But we need water, for everything here. And
the trout need fresh water.
The trout need fresh water. They need cold, oxygenated water. And that gets to be a problem as the weather warms up, Ray. When we start getting into the hot temperatures of especially July, August, if we don't get some water pulses down there, that can be an issue. And we got the same thing going on, on the North Fork, the hatchery and all that. All the things that happened up there last summer, we're in danger of it happening again if we don't, if we don't get water.
All right, we're going to try this one more time.
All right, we're pushing buttons.
All right, Bill Lawrence, you with us now?
Yeah.
I can't hear you now, Ray. I've got the static again.
All right. Bill, we'll try this some other time, okay? My apologies to you. Okay? All right, we got issues we got to get straightened out here. All right. Let's continue to talk about the water issue across our state. And I do want to point this out, and Damon can jump in here on this. I'm assuming our entire state's under a burn ban.
I believe that it is, and I was down at, I was down at our hunting club in Grant County this last weekend. We had our meeting down there, and everything's bone dry there too. And you think about just the things that you don't think about too much, like maybe starting a little campfire and sitting out at night, doing s'mores and all that. And this is a great time of the year for that, but you better make sure you're not under a burn ban.
Yeah.
'Cause all it takes is a few embers to get out of a campfire, to get up, in pine duff or whatever, and next thing you know, you've got a wildfire.
In terms of burn bans, it looks like a good 2/3 of the state is under one. Not every county is, but we do have high to very high fire danger across the entire state.
All right, and our rain deficit is how many inches, or it's a bunch?
Several inches. I would say probably in the 2-foot range.
Okay. All right, that's Damon Poole, and we appreciate his information. All right, talking to somebody earlier today, talking about the bass are spawning, and I was talking about, and then we were talking about how much rain we need, and how bad we need rain, and they were talking about if the bass laid their eggs and then rain comes, that is not good.
I don't know about. I think that bass would be more. Well, I think bass are really more in jeopardy of spawning on beds that that get left high and dry if the water keeps going down. I don't think water coming up is going to bother them that much. Same with trout. All that. but yeah, that could happen if you say a bass spawned in a bed that was a foot underwater, which is rare. They usually spawn a little deeper than that. But say the water keeps dropping, or they have a release, hydropower release out of Greer's Ferry or Bull Shoals or wherever, and suddenly that bass bed that was 2 feet underwater is now in the air, then yeah, you've lost a lot of production right there. But here's another thing is, we every year, you and I have done this together a few times, go up to the Ouachita River and troll up there for stripers and walleyes and all that. Well, that water never happened this year. There was one pulse about, 2 weeks ago where it was possible to get up to those places in a jet boat, but it came down so fast, Ray, that there really wasn't time, and there's a good chance that those fish probably didn't make it up there in the numbers that they usually do. In fact, that seems to be the case, because I know people that did make it up there, and that just never happened. So you expect in late February, early March to get up there in the peak of everything, and fish aren't there. That's a worrisome thing.
So we talk about the Hot Springs lakes, Lake Hamilton, Lake Ouachita feeds that. The system's been set up for years. I have not checked the levels over there, and I would assume they're experiencing similar things.
They are experiencing similar things, but it goes on an international scale too.
Did they get the lake up though? They dropped the lake.
Yeah. They dropped the lake, and you and I have fished the White River quite a bit in high water. We fished it in low water. Well, the high water's not really happening right now. But the other part of that is that duck production depends on snow in Canada. It has to snow in Canada to recharge those wetlands. So that hasn't been happening in quite a long time. And I think about something, a meeting that I attended probably 15 years ago, where some waterfowl biologists were projecting models of what was going to happen to duck populations right about now. And it's hard for a report, somebody that's not living and breathing that stuff. I'm a reporter. I report on what's going on right now, right? So I'm looking at these models, and I'm thinking, well, a model is only as good as the data that you feed it. How do you know what it's going to be doing in 15 years? Well, I remember the things that they were talking about then have come to pass now. And so you think about our duck harvests, Ray, they're down something like almost 80% from what they were, in 1999, 2098, all that. And, Rex Nelson had this big feature, in the paper Sunday about the future of duck hunting in Arkansas. Without rain in Canada, we're not going to have ducks. We're not going to have the production. We're not going to have the young ducks coming down. And so at some point, it's almost like you're starting to spend your seed money. You're not living on interest anymore of your young ducks production. Now you're getting into your nest egg, right? And that worries me. That really worries me.
And duck season in Arkansas is a big thing for a number of years.
Yeah.
And you've got people from all over the world coming in. The word's out.
Yeah, the word's out.
The word's out. And duck season has a huge economic impact on our state. All right, we got one more segment of Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors. Hang with us. Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Down south, a handshake means something, and we let our actions do the talking. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm is rooted in Southern tradition and grit. Southern-born and raised and Arkansas-based, Brad Hendricks is named a Mid-South super lawyer year after year. So for car and big truck wrecks, medical malpractice, wrongful death, bankruptcy, and Social Security claims, his law firm produces results. The Brad Hendricks Law Firm. Southern roots, serious results.
Hi, this is Joe Klein, former Razorback and owner of Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
And I'm Anthony Lucas, also a proud former Razorback and Corky's Barbecue regular customer.
We may represent different sports in different decades, but all generations of hogs agree.
Corky's is the only place to get the most delicious ribs and barbecue at a winning price.
So stop into Corky's now and every day for never-ending specials.
Corky's,
where the hogs come home, baby.
Corky's Ribs and Barbecue.
There's nothing better than calling the Hogs with your fellow Razorback fans. Now's the time to start making lasting family memories with the Hogs by joining the Razorback Foundation. Annual memberships start as low as $50 per year. The financial support provided by Razorback Foundation members makes a once-in-a-lifetime experience possible for more than 465 student athletes. Your gifts provide scholarships, academic support, training and nutrition, as well as professional and personal development assistance. Razorback Foundation members earn access to season tickets, priority seating and parking, tailgating, invitations to exclusive coaches and player events, as well as discounts to local restaurants and Hog Heaven stores. Your support will help the Razorbacks continue the path of success and bring home even more SEC and national championships. Text JOIN to 479-349-4313 or visit RazorbackFoundation.com for more information. That's JOIN to 479-349-4313. Can't wait to see you on the Hill. Go Hogs!
This is the Pigskin Preacher, bringing you the word. As the recent Masters champion, Rory McIlroy gets to choose the menu for the Champions Dinner. And you just knew he'd break out some Irish favorites like Guinness stew, shepherd's pie, or perhaps the old standby corned beef and cabbage. Instead, he's serving yellowfin tuna carpaccio, as prepared by his favorite restaurant, La Bernardine, and their superstar chef, Eric Ripert. So much for Irish cuisine. Now, if you'll excuse me, I'm going to go watch The Quiet Man and gnaw on a piece of Irish soda bread. Double B serves real food, not that hoity-toity frou-frou crap. Made from scratch breakfast Sammys, fried chicken, corn dogs. Corn dogs, Jackie. Corn dogs. For all these people. Double B's. It's where you gas it, grab it, and go. That's Double B's.
Ray Tucker here for Honda of North Little Rock. If you're a fan of the Triumph motorcycles, I have good news for you. Honda of North Little Rock carries the legendary classics to the cutting-edge rides. We carry Daytona 600, the iconic Bonneville Bobber, the TF450X, the stunning Bonneville Elvis Presley Edition, plus the Rocket 3 Evel Knievel. We have gear, bikes, and full service for Triumph enthusiasts, and much, much more. Come see us at Honda of North Little Rock, your family fun headquarters.
Ray Tucker, along with Brian Hendricks, outdoor editor of the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. And as I say that, you're one heck of a writer, and everybody loves reading your stuff. It's Sundays and Thursdays in the Arkansas Democrat Gazette. One of your favorite times of the year. I know you pretty well after doing this show for about 11, going on 12 years, whatever it's been. And you get so excited when turkey season comes around. It's only probably 2.5 weeks away.
You know, we got turkey season down south. Starts on April 13th. We've got zones in Arkansas now, so Zone 3 is actually the earliest one that opens April 6th. That's the land between the levees there on your part of the world, there on the Mississippi River. Zone 1 is Zone 2 is basically the Gulf Coastal Plain, Grant County, down where I have hunted for years. That starts April 13th. And then Zone 1 and 1A. Zone 1 is everywhere else in the state, basically. That starts April 20th. But yeah, Ray, this is the time of the year that I just get really excited. You know, everything's in bloom. The turkeys are gobbling. It's a good time to be out, and if you're lucky enough to get one, you know, just it's one of the great. Levon Winkler was talking about life-changing experiences in Africa, but I will say. And I'm going to say this from somebody that's never been hunting in Africa or even been there. I just can't think of a greater thrill in hunting than to call up a gobbler and have that interaction with one, get him up close enough to where you can actually feel your insides turn to jelly as he gobbles. And they do a thing called spitting and drumming, too. I can't really explain the physiological thing that happens, but they drag their wings and they do this little dance, but emit these sound waves that sounds like drumming, and if you hear that, he is really, really close, and there's just nothing like it. It just turns you inside out.
All right, we were talking about low water band burns and all of that.
Mm-hmm.
The drought that we're in, what has that done to the turkey population?
Oh, it hasn't bothered that at all. The thing that hurts turkeys is to get cold rains later in the spring. You know, when they have hatched the poults and you got little baby turkeys, they don't deal well with that. If you get a real nice dry spring, slight rain and warm temperatures, then you're going to get a good turkey hatch, which bodes well for the next year. So, we're talking about rain and how we need it. For turkeys, it's timing and it's temperature. So you don't want a lot of rain like in May, late April, May. You don't want cold temperatures and these wild temperature swings where it dips down into the 40s and 50s and all that kind of stuff. But yeah,
like we had last week.
Yeah.
All right, you wrote a book a couple of years ago.
St. Tom
on turkey hunting.
Yeah, St. Tom's Cathedral, turkey hunter's quest for his best, and the premise for that book, Ray, was in 2009 when I was diagnosed with cancer. Turkey hunting was one of those things when you're in that situation and you are very possibly looking at the end of your life. You're looking for something to grab hold to just to get you through the next day, through the next hour. And for me, that was turkey hunting. And I was diagnosed in February of 2009, and turkey season was coming up in April. And it's like I was looking at that as, I'm going to be here for that. I'm going to fight to stay alive to do that, and then I'll work on through it. And so it turned into I was actually down at a turkey hunt in Oklahoma. Started writing what started out as a column, and turned into a feature story. Then it turned into a magazine length thing, and it just kept going until it turned into a book. And it's a collection of stories about life. It's about the things that guys go through, women too, but it's universal. Stories of redemption and life and loss and forgiveness, and it's all woven back through personal growth, all woven together through turkey hunting stories. And for your red meat turkey hunters, all the how to and where to and how it happened. It's all in there. Hopefully you can read that and project for yourself a little better success. But it's mainly just a really good read.
You got any recipes in there?
No, no. But I can sure write about those in the paper. One of my favorites is a thing my daughter called Turkey OMG exclamation point. What we did was we took turkey breast, sliced it up into very thin strips, pan fried, or kind of pan fried it in walnut oil, sesame oil. We've experimented on things: red peppers, green peppers, yellow peppers, onions, mushrooms, all that kind of stuff, and stir fry it. Serve it on rice, serve it on noodles, however you want to do it. It's a very versatile thing, and it is absolutely delicious, and it's healthy.
All right. I think we're just about out of time here. I think it's 59.
Well, let's talk about that book one more time. If you want to order that, it's available on Amazon.com, St. Tom's Cathedral, A Turkey Hunter's Quest for His Best. You can find it there, or contact me, Brian Hendricks, see if we can get you an autograph copy.
We appreciate all our guests tonight, Ron Blome, Yvonne Winkler, and our apologies to Bill Lawrence, could not get phone connected correctly. So anyway, hope you enjoyed the show, and we'll catch you again next Monday night, 7 o'clock, right here on Ray Tucker's Arkansas Outdoors.